Hi y'all. In this video, I'm showing you how I'm practicing setting a proper table for Thanksgiving. Still a little ways away, but I wanted to do a little bit of decorating. We're hosting this year, and I found some really fun and very inexpensive DIY projects. I went to Hobby Lobby and picked up a few things, and I'm really excited to share with you the Thanksgiving decor my daughters and I all put together for just under $21. I love decor, and holiday decor is like the icing on the cake. But before you can do that, of course, you've got to keep up your house a little bit at a time. And I homeschool my 5 kids, so getting the time to clean in is something that we try to fit in along the edges of our day. Right now, it's early in the morning, and my kids are cleaning up the kitchen from breakfast before we start school, and I'm just dashing around doing a few things, folding like one quick load of laundry, throwing in another quick load, and then going around my living room and getting it picked up and dusted. Just before the school day starts, it only takes, maybe it took 15 minutes to do this all, but I try to keep that up, and I'm especially motivated today because I know that I want to work on some Thanksgiving holiday decor to kind of festive this place up for the holidays. If you've just stumbled across my channel, hi, I'm Kathleen. My husband and I bought this fixer-upper farmhouse in rural Kentucky 8 years ago. We've been DIYing it back to life ever since, and I love talking about DIY and thrifted, timeless, classic home decor and also clothes. I would love if you subscribed and followed along with me as I share about timeless home decor, thrifting, and DIYing a beautiful home and ideal wardrobe. First time I cooked a whole Thanksgiving meal myself was 2020 during the pandemic. It was really intimidating, but I've done it a few times now, and so now I'm starting to think about, hey, decorating with my love. I would love to decorate for Thanksgiving, so I had a chance to pop in our local Hobby Lobby while I had some kids at a practice, and I was waiting, killing time. And I love nutcrackers. They have some really pretty ones there this year. I just wanted to see what they had, look for inspiration. I might go back and get some of these fall taper candles. I only have red ones at home. They have some beautiful napkins in these beautiful fall colors, and I loved seeing all of the pumpkins and these. I was thinking about a centerpiece, and I thought about maybe one of these wooden leaves to start my centerpiece off. I just wanted to get inspiration. These dough bowls would be really cool as well. I love these mini pumpkins. I wonder if you could serve like soup in there or something. So I just wandered around and had a really good time looking at everything. And in the end, what I picked up was a couple of grapevine wreath forms and some ribbon, and that's all I got. I have enough linens at home, and I think I'm just going to do a plain white tablecloth, but they have got some really nice plain white tablecloths, and all of their Thanksgiving and Christmas stuff is, I think, half off right now, or maybe, or 40% or half off. The wreaths were 40% off. So I was trying not to spend a whole lot of money. I really went in mainly for inspiration, but then I did want to get some wreath forms and floral wire and ribbon. I'm lucky we do live in a rural area, so I'm lucky that I can go outside and forage a lot of things for wreaths, which is great. I thought these might be cool for like putting a little pumpkin on for a centerpiece. I really thought about getting those too, but I resisted the temptation. I try not to spend a whole lot every year on holiday decor. Last year I bought a lot of things at Dollar Tree, and I have those to work with this year. And so I feel like the snowball effect is going to keep increasing. Ooh, that would be pretty too, with some fall foliage in it as a vase. Gorgeous. I love hammered copper. So a lot of good ideas at Hobby Lobby, a lot of great things. But like I said, I ended up walking out with just the wreath forms and ribbons, kind of the raw materials. And I spent about $21 on all of that. And then when I got home, my girls and I, the next day, we went to town. I decided to try making some bows out of leaves I gathered from my yard. So I just grabbed like 5 or so and hot glued them together and just try to make a big wreath bow, and I was pretty happy with how they turned out, and they're holding up pretty well. They've crinkled and dried a little bit, but all in all, they still look pretty great. And they're super simple. I just hot glued them how I felt like they would look the best. I didn't really have any other strategy than that. The great thing about these grapevine wreath forms is that it's really easy to just stick things into them and they stays really well, although I did wire some things on as well, but they're a lot easier to work with than the wire wreath forms, and they're really pretty just in their own right. I don't know what kind of ornamental shrub this is. I'm sure some of you do, but this time of year it has some teeny little red berries and they're really pretty. We also have a little bit of goldenrod left, so I just went outside with my scissors and clipped some things. This is my favorite thing about foraging, is that you get to really noticing the colors that are outside versus like sort of just casually noticing, oh, it's really pretty, it's fall. You really start to see how they work together, and it's like this artist's palette. It's amazing, like the yellows and the reds and the greens, and just how they're so perfect and everything is in this harmony. That is the best part about foraging for wreaths or any kind of decor, I think, is just really being able to notice the beautiful, gorgeous colors that are outside. Last year, I collected and baked in my oven some magnolia seed pods and also some pine cones. And then once they were baked, and like cured, basically, I spray painted them gold, and then I saved them after Christmas. And I just went up in the attic and brought them down again because I thought that a couple of them might look really nice with these, I don't know what they are, some kind of winterberry. And then we have a ton of cedar trees that grow like weeds all over. I grabbed some of that too. I don't want it to look too Christmassy. I definitely want to have that fall feeling, but with sort of a hint of the anticipation of the season to come. Mostly I tucked a few leaves in with the cedar and winterberry green things and wired on a couple magnolia buds, and then I hot glued my leaf bows to the wreaths, and then I went to hang them outside. I had picked up some sage satin ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and I tied them to the wreath hooks that are already on my front doors with those. It really felt like I was welcoming fall, and I was so happy and inspired with how they went, and so were my girls. So then we decided to make a few more wreaths. We had a couple extra forms up in the attic, so we went ahead and did that for the living room and our back door as well. It's really fun now that the girls are older to be able to share this joy of decorating I have with them. I remember doing things like this with my mom when I was little. I really enjoyed decorating for the holidays. It's so much fun. And now both of my girls are getting into it, so they help me go and forage and clip things. And then my oldest daughter actually made the living room wreath all by herself. Hosting on holidays are my great motivators for cleaning things. So I think they're wonderful motivators for cleaning things. Actually, I mean, that's the joy of having your house, is to share it with other people anyway. But so I was going to hang this wreath on the back door, and I realized that, oh my goodness, this glass was full of fingerprints. It's one of those things that gets overlooked a lot with our day-to-day cleaning. So I just went ahead and gave it a really nice shine up with a special glass cloth and my DIY glass cleaner that works just as well as the stuff you buy at the store. And it felt good to like get that cleaning done and then also do the fun part, which is the wreath. I hung this one up with a yellow, not a yellow, marigold color satin ribbon that I also got from Hobby Lobby. I got a sage color, this marigold color, and then a really pretty dusty pink. And originally I thought I would tie them all together and make like one big bow, but then I had the leaf idea instead. So they work really well for now for hanging them up and tying them. And then I think when we redo these wreaths for Christmas time, maybe we'll do something different with the ribbons at that point. Ribbons are a great, inexpensive, and totally recyclable decor item. I love collecting ribbon, and every year my collection keeps growing, and I just get it from Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby, especially after Christmas. That's a great time to get things on sale. But these were 40% off, so I really can't complain, and I just love the colors. I know I'll use these year after year, and that is a great thing. I love feeling like I'm sort of investing in my decor. I don't want to spend a whole lot on it at all, but if accumulated over time, I think having a collection of things that you bring out year after year is a great idea too. I am a big believer in mixing like artificial things with real things. So everything on this wreath is pretty much foraged, but I'm not adverse to having like fake foliage mixed in. I just don't have a whole lot of that stuff because it's expensive, and I haven't so far remembered to go look for it after Christmas when it goes on major sale. But maybe in the future that's something that I will do, because I think a great way to kind of stretch your decor dollar is to mix real things with artificial things. I got a couple of wicker cornucopias at a church rummage sale in the summertime, and I've never used a cornucopia before, but I thought I would try one over the fireplace. I had a lot of fun putting this together. Some of these red berries that I don't know what they are, so please help me out. I know one of you knows what these are. There's some kind of ornamental shrub that we have here. And so some of the last goldenrod my daughter found for me, and I just love how they look together. It's gorgeous. My daughter did an awesome job on this wreath. It's so pretty, and she used some of my fake red berries that we bought in bulk at Dollar Tree last year, and we used the dusty pink ribbon to tie it up there, and she was so proud. And I just love including the kids this way, and watching their confidence grow and their abilities to be creative. That is probably the best part of doing all of this decorating, I think, for the holidays as they get older. It's a real treat and something that I did not see coming as a parent. It's a really fun surprise. About buying those pretty velvet pumpkins I saw at Hobby Lobby, but I ended up just using our pumpkins from our garden. Last year we had a bumper crop. This year we didn't have quite as many, but I love this breed of pumpkin. It's like a field pumpkin. It always does really well here, and it doesn't get eaten by those moth or worm things that so many pumpkin breeds that we've tried before have fallen victim to. We got the seeds from a neighbor of ours, and they've been growing around here for generations, so I think they must have developed an immunity to it. And I love how they look. These ones crossbred with some squash, so they look a little bit more like squash. They're funny shaped. Sometimes they look really like Cinderella carriages, but this year they look like squash, but they taste amazing, and they make the most amazing butternut squash / pumpkin soup. I have a great recipe for that is from Ina Garten. I will link it for you down below because it's very easy and it's so perfect for this time of year. Speaking of recipes, some of you have been asking me if I'm going to share recipes for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and sure, I would love to. I am hosting this year, and last year I did a blog post about my make-ahead Thanksgiving dinner, and I will probably pretty much be doing those same recipes this year, so I will link that blog post for you down below. I'm a big believer in make-ahead for the holidays because that way I find that if I can get organized to do it ahead of time, then I get to enjoy the holidays so much more. And Ina Garten has taught me a ton about making things ahead. Well, I'm way ahead on setting the table for Thanksgiving, but I wanted to just try out a centerpiece because I've never done a centerpiece before, and I was looking online trying to get some inspiration, and I thought, well, I'm just going to collect some things and play around and have fun. It's so much fun to do things like that, and it was just really relaxing, and it's fun to let my creative juices flow. I started with a plain white tablecloth because I have a few that I inherited from my great aunt, and that's just like a good base, I think. I got out my steamer, but I quickly realized that I'm probably going to really have to iron this one if I want it to look perfectly smooth and crisp for Thanksgiving. And I'm not sure if I want to do like the ruffly or, rumply, more casual look or perfectly crisp. I'm kind of leaning towards perfectly crisp, but just for today, I'm just having fun. I want to make this centerpiece and challenge myself to do it with just things that I already have around the house. I have these pine cone candlesticks and some silver bowls and dishes and another cornucopia cornucopia and these deer antlers that we found out in our field. I thought those might do something and might look kind of cool. So I just started to play around with all this stuff. I went out and snipped some lavender from my plant outside. It's really loving its life out here. I love lavender so much. I can't wait to grow more plants, but I wanted to put some lavender. It's so pretty, like around the pumpkins or in a dish or maybe on the plates. So I snipped some of that off, and some rosemary too. My rosemary's done really well this year under a system of benign neglect. I never water it, never put any potting soil around it, and it just loves its life that way. I have a few more pumpkins from the garden. I pulled those out as well. And then my neighbor gave me some pears off of her tree, and I thought those might look beautiful too. They might not last till Thanksgiving, but they look beautiful for now on our table. The deer antlers, at first I thought the cornucopia might be a good idea, but I quickly realized that this one, I just don't really like the looks of it. It just wasn't like the colors that I wanted. I was just really liking the silvery gray green of the lavender, and there's kind of a silvery sheen on these pumpkins too. And then I've got these kind of tarnished silvery plates and bowls, and that was more the direction I wanted to go. I tried a pumpkin in the bowl, then I liked the pears in there, and I put some lavender in, which it was nice. It was like almost right, but I kept feeling like it wasn't quite the thing. I finally settled on the big pumpkin, pears, lavender, rosemary, and the deer antler all on a round silver platter. And then I decided to try out my dishes. I have my grandma's and my mom's silver and china, and I think my mom's is kind of more Thanksgiving-y and folly because it is off-white. So I'm going to try out a table setting and see how it all fits together. My last ribbons from Hobby Lobby, I got this velvety sagey ribbon, and I just kind of wrapped that around some of the lavender that I snipped from my lavender plant, just for kind of like maybe I'll put a place setting card in there eventually or something like that. But I gave everybody a big fluffy white linen napkin. These are passed down from my great aunt and my grandmother's etched glass crystal. So I think that this is kind of like a silvery and greeny and sagey Thanksgiving table, and I am enjoying kind of the formality of it all, but also maybe the rumply tablecloth adds a little bit of casualness, or do I need to iron it? You all let me know in the comments. I think the centerpiece is good. I don't think it's too big. Of course, we can always move it, but I really am enjoying all of the fall colors with the pumpkin and the sagey greens and off-whites and creamy colors. And I'm kind of surprised I didn't put more red in because I love red, but it's just kind of looking just kind of perfectly fall and how I'm feeling right now. I had to do this trial run. I love having the table set when guests arrive. I think it makes people feel welcome, and I love having the food made a couple days in advance and then just being able to really relax and enjoy the day. So I'm very grateful for this chance to plan ahead, and I am grateful that my daughters are getting into the spirit of it with me and getting excited. It's something that we can share and enjoy together. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. Please check out my Make Ahead Thanksgiving menu. I hope it gives you some inspiration yourself. I cannot recommend the goat cheese mashed potatoes highly enough. I really hope you're inspired to look around your house and your yard and put your creativity to use and make some beautiful and inexpensive Thanksgiving DIY decorations. Take care. Bye for now.